What's weather today?
It's sunny today.
It's sunny today.
See?
How easy that is?
You don't even need any special training for
Nothing, no
that, right?
music.
Look,
It's going to be my retirement gig. I have to be
Well-
roofer has to know the weather
That's
all
true.
the time.
Well,
It
and
really
so-
affects what you do.
well, Chris, I hate to tell you this, but if you watch LA news sources and weather, you may have to blow off a few pounds and fit in the bikini.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Right? Am I wrong here?
You gotta have
No,
a good
you gotta
profile,
have-
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Dallas Rain's not still doing something.
Oh, he looks
No.
good in a bikini. What are you
Yeah,
saying?
I'll get a spray tan. And I think my hair's as
Spray
gray as his
tan.
now
There you
already.
go.
That's true. That's
all
spray
right.
tan.
You could do the old, was it George Kennedy thing? No.
Who's that?
Who was the guy the actor that always looked bronzed?
Oh, that guy, Dallas Raines or something.
Oh,
like
no, that was a local. Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
okay. He was overly. He was as dark as I am.
I think he wore $2,000 suits. A lot
Yeah.
of money for
Yeah.
news guys.
Yeah.
So
Hello.
anyhow, Chris Dick has joined us with August Roofing, and Chris, you were at the not you personally, but your company was at the Home and Garden Show this
Yes.
weekend.
He
and-
represented.
and you were represented well there by your people, which I guess the expectation was you would have been anyhow,
Right.
because if they're representing you, we know they'd be top notch there. I told you when you came back this time, though, we're going to do solar stuff,
Okay.
because I'm out of nowhere. I think it's the phone doing it to me. It's listening to us.
Yes.
Hmm.
But out of nowhere, I'm getting a plethora of these phone calls for solar.
Right.
And they open up with at no cost to you,
Right.
Right.
and so now I'm starting to push back and I'm going, okay, now wait a minute. You're going to tell me you're going to come to my house and you're going to install these solar panels, and it's not going to cost me a nickel, and it's, and they all trip over each other. Can I ask you? I would imagine there's several programs. I don't think there's one size fits all, right?
Right.
Give me the generic. How does this work?
Well, there's three basic categories. All right. You can pay cash for it. Right. That's easy. Second one, you can finance it just like anything. Go down, buy a car, finance it.
Mm-hmm.
The no cost to you is what they would consider it similar to like a lease or what they call a power purchasing agreement. So basically what it is there are entities that are basically, and they're power entities, they're basically going around and buying your roof space to put a power plant on. And they combine all these together. Now, you then have an agreement with them to buy power from them at a significantly lower rate. So that's why it is actually no cost to you. Somebody will
Sure.
come out, put it on. It's not your equipment. So
Okay.
technically, after 25 years, somebody will come back and say, hey, you're done. Now, these are so young. There's none that are 25 years old. So there's a lot of speculation of what's going to happen. Number one, in my opinion, after 25 years, that stuff's not going to be worth going and getting back. So
Right.
they're probably just going to say, hey, if you want to keep it, that would be that we'll do
We're
that
good.
for you.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
they'll make it like a good thing, like they're doing
Uh-huh.
such a great thing. Other thing is that they'll come back and renew the agreement in some way, shape, or form. So those are the three type of ways. And with the when they changed the Public Utilities Commission, when they changed the rate structure of how you get credits, the no cost, there was a double whammy for us last year. The Public Utilities Commission changed the way you get credits and cut it in about 25%, and then interest rates went up.
Okay.
Right. So it was a double
Yes.
whammy, which really took and we've talked about this before, ROI. How much money, how long is it going to take before I start seeing a return on investment?
Mhm.
Right.
Because nobody needs solar. Like
Uh-huh.
people need roofs, right? They
Right.
need their house
Oh,
not
yeah.
to leak,
Right.
but nobody needs solar. People want solar, and solar can actually save you money. So it's a rare home improvement that can actually put money in your pocket, right? A lot of other home improvements
Right.
do, but you have to think about it on the long term and go, hey, my roof's not going to rot out, and I'm going to save tons on dry rot by fixing it now. So yeah, that's actually making you money. But solar is one of those rare ones where you get cash back right away. done
Yeah,
properly.
we had Bree King on last week. She's in real estate, and she was saying it took 4 years, but she planned that ahead of time. It was going to take 4 years for her to get her money
Yeah, but she
that
bought
she
them,
put
and she
into.
bought them outright.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Right.
can you make the same agreement though, whether you purchase or even if you finance, technically you're purchasing, but
Right.
can you make the same deal with these power companies?
The power purchasing agreements,
Yeah.
they're not as attractive, obviously, because somebody else is in the middle is going to make some. It's got to make money, right? Because they're fronting all the cash up front. The other thing is there's a federal tax rebate. They get the tax rebate because and it doesn't come to you. But again, you're not putting any money out of pocket.
Sure.
What you're doing is you're really insulating yourself against future price increases.
Yeah.
Because we all know it's going up.
Right.
Right.
No.
Right. I mean, anytime somebody creating a monopoly for the good of the people,
Right.
we have problems.
For the good of the people, don't you know?
I like that.
That's what it is. It's a monopoly for the good of the people.
Well, no, you saw it kind of coming. I didn't know what they were going to do with it, but I know that the electric companies a couple of years back started complaining that all this money they were paying back, they weren't making what they were before. They couldn't do the R&D and the maintenance they needed to do, and they were talking about a surcharge for people who had solar panels on their homes. I don't know if that went anywhere or what went on with it, but the last guy to approach us said, and we're going to put batteries on the side of your house, and you'll store all this power, and when at the peak times, you'll use the battery power and pay less.
Right. That's correct. That's what you need. That's the way they changed the CPUC changed the credits. They you get paid what the rate is at that time. It used to be simple 1-for-1 exchange.
Sure.
Right.
Your solar system made a kilowatt. You put a kilowatt on the grid. You could take a kilowatt back 1-for-1. Now it's all. You put a kilowatt back on during the day when power rates are super low, when your solar system's cranking out energy, and when you come home and you need it, and you're going to pay the rate that's about 4 times higher.
Wow. Okay. So the battery thing is legitimate.
The battery is real because you let your solar system fill the battery up during the day, come home, run that battery down before you start pulling off the grid.
Wow.
Makes sense.
Just amazing. I mean, this technology has changed so much. It's just amazing.
Well, it's amazing that they got these. They've actually got the batteries are like taking care of themselves. Like the technology is so good that you used to have to program your battery to do things like this. Now it's like all done automatically.
Wow,
it's like a lot.
Yeah.
If you need a new roof, what's the advantage of getting solar when you do that, or should you wait a few years?
Or it's the optimum time because anytime. I mean, that's
raining.
Well, and that's the time when we can put bolted on the roof and flash it properly.
Yeah.
We can always do it later, right? But it's always best to do it then. So if it's even an inkling in your eye, a twinkle in your mind, you should do it then.
But you had made a comment a while back that you could install the holders, whatever they're called, the mounts, and not actually have to do the solar panels right away, correct?
We've done some of that. It's a little more difficult because potentially the design might change.
Right.
Because if the panel technology gets greater, then all of a sudden you need fewer panels and your array will change.
So, I mean, just my mind's working here. So I got to have a new roof. Summertime's probably the best time to do it because I know it ain't going to rain. But I want to do solar panels, but my bonus check don't come until December.
Right.
So I could kind of lay it out and say, all right, Chris, this is what I got going on. You want to hang with me and I'll pay you December, or could you put the holders in or the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Pay you on Tuesday for a hamburger today.
There you go.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the way to do it. So anyhow, but like I say, Chris, I learned so much when you're here. Tell people how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, call 805-498-8350 or go to augustroofing.com and fill out a form, and we'll get one of our project consultants out and
Perfect.
talk to you.
You're listening to Trending SUV here in KHTS AM 1220 FM 98.1. Joe and
Sonia.
We'll be back in just a few minutes, I hope.
Yes, I'll be here.
All right. Okay.